Good morning, Virgo. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Welcome to my channel. This is February 2020, a reading for Virgo Situationship reading. Basically, this is for Virgos dealing with the energies of situations that have to do with longing or desire or unfulfilled promises, something about the way you do things, and the energies of someone else may come into the reading. And if these are resonant, please take what you will from each portal and create a type of narrative, suggest to create a type of narrative to help you progress throughout the month of February. These are energies that come from cycles. They're situational and they may recycle themselves until you learn your lesson. So hopefully this is going to give some sort of spiritual insight to what and all is going on with your situation. I'll be working first with the first portal, opening up a portal using the Portuguese deck that I own. I picked it up last year from Lisbon. This is the Jogo de Cartas Cigana de Sorte deck, as well as Legítimo Tarot from Spain. So, now opening the portal. For Virgo, February 2020. Okay, as an underscore energy, there is a need, or perhaps a desire, something that is quite subtle, that is on your subconscious mind, something about the need to escape and to find perspective, a perspective that hasn't been found about prospects with what you are owed. It's not a conscious thing, this thing that you are owed, that you are aware of, but it's something missing. There's an element of what the Portuguese call saudade here, which is the need to find something that isn't defined. It's like the need or the want, the desire to have something, something that isn't defined. It's like you're missing something, but you don't know what it is. This is saudade. Okay, and there's some sort of truth about a fear that has to do with something from the past that that wasn't entirely healthy for you, and you may be coming into a truth or finding some sort of clarity on the matter. Right, this deck is ready. Okay, your energy is coming up here with the Hermit. This is Virgo's card, and there is perhaps some sort of new perspective that you have found once you're able to walk away from something you were once very loyal to. And the quest is still onward. You're on a huge quest to manifest some sort of truth, some clarity when it comes to you disengaging from a situation to find some sort of inner light. One, to redefine your loyalties, and two, to move away from someone who was essentially not telling you the entire truth. Here, there is the ability for you to take elementary forces of the universe, to take these and to project a natural insight. This insight has to do with fire, with the ability of your self to create and manifest things and to bring in things into your life. There is a lot of this energy, this fire, and it is polar opposite to the person that you may have been dealing with. This person may be a bit older, doesn't have to be. They may have air in their chart. That is air, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and the fourth, of course. And there's something here about their truth that is hidden from you, or perhaps they may be manipulating some sort of, through a mind game, something with you. But I think you don't really care about that. There's something about your power that is quite strong, and your path is defined in a certain way. There is something that you manifested about the path you're on now that has to do with moving away from a loyalty of the heart with this person. However, there still is that loyalty, something about it, even though this person may be a liar, and the roads of your road is different from theirs, there still is a need to celebrate some sort of union, some sort of fusion of energies when it comes to the path that both of you walk. They are different paths, but they are convergent in a certain way. However, there is dispassion in this situation. You have passion for making your way, for finding some sort of truth, as well as manifesting something new. But there's something about your energy that you know that there is still a convergent path that you share with this person, that they are some sort of twin or some sort of soul energy for you. But your love is moving somewhere else, your passions are moving somewhere else, and you're manifesting somewhere else away from this person. Also, there is something about the emotional content here that is lacking, and it feels like there's something barren about the situation. Therefore, you cannot get some sort of harvest from them. There's something that you worked hard for emotionally, but there wasn't enough to go around. And perhaps you are trying to send some sort of message to this person, or they you, about some new insight that you found through perspective, through other places that don't involve their energy. Now, there is a challenge for you to give love accordingly back to yourself. This challenge is very much on your mind as well as theirs. They know that you have to fill your own cup in a certain way, and that your commitments lie elsewhere. Um, your head is turned away from them, and there is a need to recognize that there may be a complex here that has to do with extremely toxic emotions that are based on some sort of victimization. This person plays very much a type of victim, and even though there may be a past situation with them that goes quite deep, and they remind you something of the past, the very far past, and um, this connection has to do with a great deal of on their end. They have a lot of it's like a type of sadness, a sadness or a type of regret. They're going through a lot of darkness, and they can't find a way to clear their mind, to elevate, to ascend, and it's been very difficult. There also is a complexion of some sort of commitment, a promise that was made but no longer kept, and because of this, there is a type of weakness, or there's a weak quality to the bond that you share with this person, and suppressed emotions. They need to find some sort of root, some sort of root. You've lost passion in this connection, and there is some sort of truth that has to do with a hidden change, a very deep one that hasn't occurred yet. Once this change occurs, you may offer something to this person, but for now you're standing in your power, and there's some sort of anger towards them that has to do with them not finding perspective, and for you to get rid of toxic energies that they may have given you. They have also gone on their own spiritual path, and they feel like they want to reach out to you, but they cannot yet. It's because there is a secret here about some sort of ending that is definitely ended, and perhaps they want to revive the situation, but you know that there is potential for falling out if this happens, and a lack of justice, karma, a lack of truth in a situation that has already ended. The cycle has ended, and there's a possibility that their love, even though there's a great deal of it, they don't know how to control it or properly give it to you in a good way. There's a lot of possessiveness and codependency with this person. All right. We're moving on to the Alieta deck. That first portal is closed, second portal is open now. It's, well, in a second it will be open. Give me a second. Alright, if you can, clear your mind and relax. This is for Virgo 2020. The second portal is opening, situationship reading, love reading, soul energy reading for Virgo. Alright, that's good. Two more. Yep. Strong. Good. Okay, so my dear Virgo, there is something here about boundaries that need to be created as well as respected. Um, Immediately, I see a need to reach out to someone who is angry and perhaps not listening. This person feels like you've been your energy has been a bit pervasive. When it comes to the fires inside of you, they burn quite wild, and you want to make a type of treaty or truce with this person, but they won't have it. We had to find out why. There's a truth that you have that has to do with your essence, your core philosophy. You found it after a great deal of silence, and it's crazy because they they sit with the energy of Hombot et Severe. Hombon et Severe. There's like a feeling of goodness, but also severity. It's like hard love here that they have for you, and their head is turned away from you. There's something where you want to give them an element of surprise, and that is kind of scaring them. They have a secret fear about this energy that you may have for them. It could be a surprise, but also it's something where you want to make peace, but through a very fire starter kind of way. With the Page of Rods, it speaks to me of nouvelle, but not only nouvelle. It's like a newness. Nouvelle. It's like a newness, but it's a newness based on a different type of energy, some sort of new way of manifesting that you can share with them. This newness comes from a great deal of detachment that you've had to go through, and finding like a type of inner light that you are now ready to share with them. But they see you as a type of a person who embodies an archetype or like a trait. And because of this, they may see you as acting in a strange way that they don't really trust. I'm not sure how much silence has gone in between you two, but there's a possibility that it's 2 months or 4 months of silence, or 2 weeks or 4 weeks of silence, or 2 days and 4 days of silence. One or the other, but somewhere in between, you have found a way, a very odd way, of going to them to share some sort of truth. And this is just an energy. It's very subtle. It's a longing, a desire to do this. And this is after a great deal of spiritual insight. However, they are extremely stagnant in what they do. Right now, you should know that they are going through a period of inaction, which is like a type of it's stagnation and the inability to do anything, even though they may have secret commitments to you, a secret commitment or a slow commitment, a steady commitment. There's something about this commitment that is, there's a longing to move to you with this offer, but there also is a great hesitation, okay? So their head is turned one way in terms of passions, but then they're headed towards you. Their intention is towards you in terms of commitment and energy and resources, but there is certainly like a holdback. There's like a standstill or like a standoff here between you and them. Something about the emotions they have for you, they've had to retreat as well. They've gone and mirrored your energy and detached emotionally with the Hermit as well as with the Eight of Cups. There's this mutual mirroring where both of you had to detach from the situation in order to find some sort of clarity, especially emotionally. And this person is still in that mode. They're not ready for you. and you secretly are ready to give them some sense of solace through romance. There's strong there's a strong romance here on your end, as well as a type of a need to not bury your passions, but to express them in a very soft way. Um, you have to be careful because the amount of trust here is not entirely there. It's not entirely there, and there is a type of grounded energy here, where there is a possibility of reliving or recycling something from the past. They feel like they feel like it feels like your communication is blocked. There is no way of really expressing what you want in terms of emotions with them. There still is a block of emotional intelligence. You cannot convey yourself intelligently to this person, what you say, what you do in terms of how you feel. There is a block here on your end. And perhaps, yeah, there also is this mirroring with prison here, with the tower in reverse, prison, as well as incident. Um, there is something that you're finally lifting, though. You've sort of broken out of the prison, the mutual imprisonment that you both have, and it's like it's feeling like it's broken out. Very strange because I feel like the devil is in the detail here. There's something about this mutual need to break free from chains of the mind, chains of entanglement, and to move elsewhere. I think your emotions might be in trying to be invested somewhere else that doesn't involve catastrophe. Okay. Also, there is this conservative notion that you may have learned while in hermit mode that has to do with your insight in terms of how you structure your materiality, your finances, your projects, how you are being conservative in a certain way with your energies, and this person may agree with that. There's something about the aspect of holding or waiting or being patient, or also possibly being a bit stingy or holding on for various reasons. This mode of conservation is respected by this person and they see it as fair play. Okay, so I think this person is very patient with something. Yeah, they're very patient with something. They may have their own project in mind, but it has to do with a need to no longer be confused with emotions. Both of you are are very, very hesitant with the emotional content. Okay, so I would suggest, my dear Virgo, to set clear boundaries and to perhaps wait a little bit longer in terms of, if you really wanted to, if you're in a period of darkness with this person, wait a little bit longer and be patient with them because they are patient with you somehow. And this is fair play. I don't think they're ready, and even though you may have new insights and you want to share something with them, I don't think the emotional intent is clear, and there's an element of codependency on your end that needs to be rethought or recalibrated in order for it to work in harmony with this person. They're very closed off in a certain way, and it may be because of fear or anger or a need for a transformation on their end. Okay, right. So that portal is closed. I am moving on to the third portal. This is the last portal, the last iteration for Virgo, February 2020. Portal number 3 is now opening. Mm-hmm. Okay, so there is a feeling of unfinished business here. Someone wants to offer an apology, and perhaps on the low, low. They want to perhaps give an offer, but they can't. They can't because there's this complex. Your energy is all over the place here. With it's not messy. It's just all over the place. There's a lot of earth here. There's a lot of practicality as well as earth is also very spiritual. In a way, it has to do with materiality and letting go of that, letting go of attachments in order to release and then find stability in a different way. Now, there is something that you have learned or they have learned in this abandonment, this period of silence. And now there is a need to reconcile, okay? Reconcile and balance out certain situations, certain things. They owe you an apology. This apology is very deep and it has to do with a feeling from childhood that they were not they didn't apologize about something, or they want to apologize to you because they see you as someone who gives to them a great deal. Um, Now, what it is that you give to them has to do with balance. It has to do with stability. It has to do with a memory of something that you both once shared. This is a very intense type of energy where there is a feeling of community on your end and you're giving back to your community. They have a great deal of desire for you after feeling abandoned, and this desire is manifesting in ways that may come off as a bit toxic. Something about the situation needed to end because there was a very, very intense binding agent between you and them. And the insights they had after becoming physical with you were a bit too strong, and they still have a lot of desire for you. There also is a need to heal, but it's through love, yes, but it's more through a type of love that I do respect, that is cosmic, and it has to do with changing the energies, shifting the energies, the way that you define fulfillment together in order to celebrate a type of higher form of commitment. There's something about the path they're walking on now that is bringing them into clarity, and now they want to share with you through a type of friendship or camaraderie a truth that they have learned from the above. And there is a need for you to heal and regenerate from a cycle that was extremely taxing on you. They're working towards teamwork to get over a cycle of heartbreak that was um, very indicative of something that needed to change but couldn't. The timing was just off. It was a very inopportune timing period with this person, and it became a burden for you, and you had to set a type of boundary with them. Definitely a very intense one. You're still a bit sad about what happened, and you see their act of trying to reach out again as very futile, or perhaps your walls are very much intensely up against this person. You're ready to cut them out and find justice elsewhere, but they want to offer you something very deep that has to do with it has to do with ancestry. There's something very deep that they want to offer you in terms of a commitment and stability, but you have to be careful because they still feel betrayed, or they're still going through the cycle of pain, or perhaps they feel this energy and they want to balance out the situation. There still is a great deal of love between you two. They will offer it back to you after getting over fear of being hurt. And there is a possibility that you both will be creating some sort of manifestation, you with your own desire, they with what they have learned, some sort of lesson they want to share with you. Like I said, there is something that they want to tell you, that they want to apologize about, and it has to do with a lesson learned. All right, my dear Virgo, this is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Please like, share, and subscribe if that resonated with you, and have a very good rest of your February. I will be reading mid-month for the Great Mirror, and hopefully you can tune in for that. Otherwise, take care. Bye-bye.